Lots of cool decks showed up at the Oklahoma land run, and you know I can't pass up an opportunity to play KCI. Welcome back, Vintage Gamers, to a Wednesday night stream. I'm back from the Oklahoma land run. I had a great time. If you want to hear about that video, or if you want to hear about that, check out that video, which is the previous one to this one. It is a Wednesday night, and we are a week away from being able to play with Tezzeret, Cruel Captain. But we have a bunch of cool and interesting lists that came out of the land run that I'll try to play over the next few days as we wait for Edge of Eternities to release on MTGO. And this is one of the cooler ones. This was the second place list in the Team Trios event as the vintage seat. It is a KCI list. Anyone who has been on the channel before knows that I love playing vintage KCI. I break it out anytime I have a good reason to. And this is no different. So I'm going to take this is the exact 75 that got second place in Team Trios. Now, you may be saying Team Trios, well, the vintage player could have gone in 07 and they could have still gotten second place in Trios. And you're absolutely right. But we're going to play it anyways. I have no idea how well this deck did in the actual event. But I want to play KCI, so we're going to do it. If you have been following KCI on my channel, you'll notice there are some differences in this list compared to my usual KCI lists. In the very beginning, when we were brewing KCI, we had the Ancestral Time Walk Tinker Splash. And eventually, with the introduction of lots of powerful colorless cards, I ended up cutting that splash for some consistency's sake. But here, the player has opted in for a little bit more powerful blue splash, and they're facilitating that with things like Talon Gates, Underground River, Mox Opals, and even some Chromatic Stars. Makes a lot of sense, though I don't think there's any good reason to play... oh no, you want to play Star over Sphere. Sorry, this is the one that sacrifices one. Okay, I thought it was the wrong one for a second, but definitely Star over Sphere, because this one has the when this artifact is put into the graveyard. So there's a couple other interesting things here. There's the Mightstone Weakstone at 5 and a Spine of Isha at 7 that allows you to go a little bit higher and pick back up KCIs and that kind of deal. Typically, these can become a little clunky, but it's nice because the Spine results in some pretty deterministic loops. You do have the One Ring, well, only 2 copies of the One Ring and only 3 copies of Fleshraker. These are some interesting numbers to me. I'd love to hear how the pilot got to those conclusions, but certainly 2 cards that are good inside of the deck, so no complaints from me. Sideboard is 4 traps because you do not really have interaction versus combo, and then some removal. Looks like 4 removal for Oops and Null Rods. That can be a big problem for this deck. Bunch of different types of graveyard hate, and the multifaceted Flute here. Flute is good against the graveyard decks, but it's also pretty good against combo decks, depending on the variety. There is a Lattice for our Karn the Great Creator, so I'm pretty excited to give this a shot. Basically, Star is just another 1-mana looping object, but this one filters you for colored mana for your Ancestral Time Walking Tinker, which makes a lot of sense. Spine is a big looping card because it can bring back itself, and so it loops really well, like with Trawler. And Mightstone is a draw spell that can still bring back KCI if you were able to sack it. Though I guess there are no other sack outlets in this, but I guess Tinker technically a sack outlet. But there's no Arcbound Ravager. That could be a pain point. We'll have to see how that goes. In my list, I was trying to maximize the number of sack outlets, so I was playing like 4 Ironworks and 4 Ravager, and that way the Ravager could also give me an attacking plan B. That's something we'll have to keep an eye out for in this league. I will see you in round 1. I'll be a special guest at the Steel City Spectacular August 14th through 17th in Pittsburgh. This CEDH main event will also feature a Legacy Battle for Duels and a Vintage Battle for a Black Lotus. 15 proxy Vintage with a Black Lotus as the main prize. I hope to see you at these amazing Eternal Magic the Gathering events. Let's battle. All right, welcome to round 1. It looks like the MTG bot is down, so let me just do League 0-0. Let's battle. There are apparently some bugs with this patch, so we'll have to see if those affect us in any way. I can't imagine ever putting this hand back, even though it's a little short on mana. Should be fine. Oh, I did not mean to pass, but it was in main phase, so just an F6 check for my Soul Ring. Definitely can't sacrifice this Soul Ring. Well, maybe we could sacrifice the star. Well, because we could still play the KCI next turn. What would we really gain from sacrificing the star? Ancestral, maybe. I could play a 2-drop Wellspring. I will still, if I don't get Wastelanded, I'll still have the mana to play KCI. I think I am going to do it. Let's just sack this and see what we find. Look at that. Boom. Wellspring. That was perfect. And Trawler. All right. Well, we're cooking. Let's go. These are the exact cards we want. My opponent did not reveal a Lurrus, though, so we could just die. Ancient Tomb. Chrome Mox. Mono white, then. Sequence this in the other order if you're playing mono white, but I guess I'm KCI, so it's probably unlikely I'm going to counter your spell. That's fair. And a Sapphire. Please play a Seasoned Dungeoneer. We might win the game on the spot. That is where, well, if we didn't have the Talon Gates, we'd probably be dead. But we have the Talon Gates. This card is probably very bad for KCI. So how much mana do I have? Play my Talon Gates, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, which is not a perfect number, but it's enough. I think we could probably win here. Let's see. Talon Gates. Wow, if we didn't have Talon Gates, we would be very dead, but we do have Talon Gates, so let's see how it works. Let's go with... So I can sack a 0-drop right away to get the scrap into play, so that's really good. So I can do is sack a 0-drop, because I have nothing to return anyways with a 0. That way we can get this Trawler in play. I have a Wellspring to sack. Let's get everything in play. So I have a 0 in my yard already, so let's sack a 1. Get back a 0. Get a 0. Make a blue. Sack my 2 and get back a 1. I guess we have to get back a star no matter what. But we want to get back a star. A Karn. Interesting. All right. I have to think about that. Maybe we'll get a Masticore. So I'll sack a 0 and then play a star. And then sack a star and get back my 0. We found a Talon Gates. Get my 0. Then my Karn. So my Karn will die if we went and got a Lattice. So that won't work. But if we get anything, the Karn will die. If they have like a Witch Enchanter, it kills the Masticore. I think we just want to play our Ironworks and bring back our Wellspring. That's what I'm looking at right now. I think that makes the most sense. So let's play an Ironworks, sack Ironworks, and bring back Wellspring. Play a Wellspring, draw a card, play a Wellspring, draw a card, sack a Wellspring, bring back a star, get back a star, play a star, sack an opal, sack a star, bring back an opal, Time Vault, play an opal, sack an opal, sack a Wellspring, bring back a star, sack a star, bring back an opal, another Ironworks, play that, play that, play that, sack a Ironworks, bring back a Wellspring, play a Wellspring, Opal, sack a Wellspring for a star, a One Ring. Play a star, sack an Opal, play an Opal, sack an Opal, sack a star, bring back an Opal. Play an Opal, play a top, play a ring, gain protection, draw for the ring. All right. It's likely this just goes through my whole deck and finds Vault Key. Very nice. I should have note if people come and watch this video from other corners of the internet that are not vintage. I don't typically do like weird KCI timing loops, just because it's not usually very necessary. You're normally doing very simple redundant loops, but if it comes up, maybe chat will point it out. We'll see. That loop is not deterministic, but we did get there. We'll do timing loops if we ever have to do timing loops, but there is no mirror retriever in our list at all. So we have cut all the mirror retriever timing loops. So typically you just don't need mirror retriever. I'm going to bring in Argenta Masticore. I'm going to bring in Dismember, and I'm going to bring in... Would you bring in Wormcoil here? Don't really want to. But Spine can do it. Yeah, I'm aware that Spine can do it as well, so... Bobble on the draw is bad. Trinisphere on the draw is bad. I'll probably take out an Opal. I'm gonna get attacked for my my artifacts here. I guess I do have a Mightstone Weakstone main as removal, which is kind of nice. I think I want to take out a Time Walk as well. Cut Karn. I'm not really sure this deck is allowed to cut Karn. I'm not gonna lie to you. But maybe Lattice is so bad that it is pretty bad. I don't know. I think I'd rather cut Time Walk than Karn, though. Let's see. But yeah. Typically, Vintage KCI does not play Mirror Retriever because you just simply don't need it with how consistent the plan is with Wellspring top and Moxen. So... this hand does not have KCI, which is a concern, but I can't imagine ever putting it back. It's too many playable cards. I am worried about this list because I always felt that 4 KCI was not enough sack outlets, and I really liked playing the Ravagers, even if they were a little clunky. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Chancellor has been revealed, and Witch Blessed Meadow is untapped. Soul Ring got a Void Mirror. No Void Mirror. Okay. So I have options here where I can start with an Underground River to pay for an Emerald, a Ruby, and play a Scrap Trawler off of a Vault. Or I could play a Workshop, throw away an Emerald, play a Ruby, and play 2 Scrap Trawlers on turn 1. I think I'd rather do that. I guess it runs into Trap, but I don't really expect to get trapped. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking throw the Emerald into it and get both my Trawlers down. They are not F6, so who knows? Got 2 3/2s though. Power of Workshop. Who knows if that's even good enough, but I can't imagine ever putting back this much mana. Wasteland is not a problem for us here. What kind of 3-drop do they have? Peacekeeper? Initiative. I don't have a basic in my deck, right? I saw that there was an underground. No basic. It's unfortunate. I can always phase this out if I want to make it so they can't trade. I don't think I want to use my phasing on that, though. I'd like to use my phasing on a combo kill. This can't be played unless I do trade and get back my Emerald. All right, so I'll attack and see what happens. Hopefully it's a block, but I kind of doubt it. Yeah. Don't have a basic to search for. They are at 11. They don't get to forge right away, though they'll look at the forge and untap next turn. It'll be kind of bad for us. But we have Talon Gates, so if they don't play a second creature, not as bad. Cavern. Seasoned Engineer here is quite bad for me. Dragon. I guess Dragon is also quite bad for me. All right. Another workshop. Doesn't really do very much here. I have to play this Talon Gates and get in, but I don't think it's going to be enough, sadly. Okay, we at least got rid of the Clarion Conqueror, and it'll also mean that we can forge, probably forge, make this thing a 5/4. Yeah, probably forge. Also, so we can get towards trap. Also, we actually have the ability to play Fleshraker without playing the Emerald that we just got back, and the Emerald will trigger a Fleshraker. So actually, pretty good, all things considered here. We can stop them from getting the initiative back as well. Not bad. Maybe we tempoed out. Talon Gates. I feel like this Underground River should be a 4th Talon Gates. That's my gut instinct here. What is this? Hardcast Solitude? Oh, Witch Enchanter. Killing the Scrap Trawler. It's pretty good. All right, I'm definitely going to chump. And so that way I can trigger Trap. And that way I'm only 2 artifacts from killing my opponent. Trap. Don't see any reason to untap. I'd like to have blue mana in case I draw Ancestral or Tinker. Karn. Karn wins. Is there a 0 drop in my board? Karn wins no matter what. I have a Mishra's Workshop. Wow. Okay, there we go. Karn. Trigger. That's actually lethal right now. Got him. Cool. Solid victory versus mono white. But it is mono white, so small victory. Okay, here we go. We did win round 1, and we are repaired versus our round 1 mono white opponent. We'll see if they can get revenge on us. This hand is freaking great if we were on the play. Hopefully my opponent doesn't hit me with the Clarion Conqueror. Plains? Hopefully my opponent doesn't hit me with a Void Mirror. I do have the Undercity River. Oh, okay. Chrome Mox. All right. Archon pitched. Oh, second Archon. Okay, well. It's a problem. It's certainly a problem. All right, well, I will deploy the things. It was a long time ago. 2 Archons. All right, now we can't even Talon Gates our way out of this. We do have a Karn, though. I think what I want to do... get a Masticore at some point in this game. As long as all my things keep living. I have 5 mana, but I can't play Karn. Maybe we just play Time Vault so that in case we draw the 1 key. Seems like a reasonable choice. Though, I think I want to play a mana this turn so that I can play Karn next turn. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Underground River, Mox Pearl. Am I going to have enough time to do the thing? I mean, probably not, right? Maybe I should just be... Okay, well, nothing matters. Nothing remotely matters. Spine! What about my mana? I think we almost made our way out of this game. If my opponent didn't have a Conqueror here, we play up Spine on this turn, and then we play... Well, we don't have a sack outlet, but we got lost the die roll. We got the classic lost the die roll. All right, so I'm gonna bring in Dismembers and Masticores, and I'm going to take out Opal, and I like Bobble on the play, and I think Trinisphere is probably fine on the play, and I can't tell you. I can't tell. Everyone loves playing mono white. I don't know why. I have no clue. I'm gonna take out some random cards and hit submit. All right, on the play. I have an opening bauble. Mono white has been a 10+% meta share deck over the last 2 years. It's not like it's a new thing. You want to just like play out our mana, stop them for 1 turn, crack the bauble, and try to win? I don't think it's unreasonable. We do have a Talon Gates. I'll give it a try. I think Vexing Bauble is like very, very, very good against mono white, so my opponent has a mold to 5. I'm probably gonna go Ancient Tomb lead with Jet Bauble and then Ruby. Or well, I guess I can't play around Mindbreak Trap at all, I guess. If I want to have all my Moxen in play. It's kind of unfortunate. See what they do here. Ancient Tomb Void Mirror. What if it was Ancient Tomb Null Rod, not me? We do have Void Mirror covered, though. Am I cracking? I guess I could have cracked. I'm gonna wait 1 more turn here. Maybe they have white mana underneath this Void Mirror. Nice. That's pretty big for me. I think they might have a white, like a Chrome Mox underneath this. I'm gonna wait until they find white mana before I crack the bauble. Oh, you're right. There's a Void Mirror in play, so they can't play white mana. You bring up a solid point. Doesn't matter. I have no action. All right, there's a Caracas, and here is a Swords to Plowshares. Could I have phased my guy out? I could have phased my guy out. That's my fault, chat. That's my bad. I absolutely could have phased my guy out. All right, doesn't matter. GG easy. I gotta make sure I use a Moxen so the Void Mirror doesn't counter this. I just didn't think my creature would be removed, okay? That's my bad. Nice Void Mirror. I got Moxen, baby. Clarion Conqueror? Oh, okay, sure. I think your logic is reasonable. Did I start my recording? I did. That's great. Dismember. Interesting. Flesh Raker. Oh. Yeah, I can go black, sack. I don't know if that's better or not, but I think, yeah, okay, they're off it. All right, game 3 on the draw. What do you think? Should we bring in some Mindbreak Traps? Obviously, we're taking out Trinisphere and Bauble. We can bring the opals back in if we wanted to, or we can bring in some mind break traps. I think the opals are kind of bad. Let's bring a couple mind break traps in. I don't want to bring in like a ton of traps, but all right, what do we got? Classic uncastable are everything. Uncastable everything. 7-card opponent keep. That is asking for a lot. This has to go. I think it's way too many uncastable cards. Go mulligan. This hand has some serious problems as well, but give it a shot. F6. All right, what do you got for me, Matthew? Void Mirror? No, another Chrome Mox. Trap would have worked here. Deafening Silence and Archon. Flesh Raker. All right, well, Archon is pretty good on turn 1. And follow up with an initiative creature. That is not good for Justin. That is very bad for Justin. I guess we could maybe get a top kill with Flesh Raker if we can like draw really well. All right, so I have 2 Talon Gates. What does that do for me? Lets me play top and key this turn. I mean, I guess I have to, right? So I probably want to hit mana, like Moxen, so that I can phase out the Archon, play the Flesh Drake. All right, whatever, doesn't matter. All right, my only thing I can hit is a Time Vault, right? My opponent's had some solid on the play draws here. I guess I theoretically could still draw Dismember, right? The One Ring. I can't even spin this top, right? I just have to blind draw with this top. Just try for a Time Vault. It's pretty helpless, but Mox. So this means I can play a one. No, I can't play a One Ring. There's 2 Archons. Do I die? I can One Ring next turn. I go 2, 4, 7, 9. It's bad. I think I just play Mox. And I think I'm out of removal area, so I think I just play a Talon's Gates here. I think I just go to my next turn here and then try to run One Ring and then try to Time Vault. Maybe. I don't know. Looks pretty bad no matter what. They have more spells. It's a Witch Enchanter on my key. Yeah. Certainly a problem. And this is why people play mono white, because turn 1 Archon is extremely good. I don't have Portal, huh? It'd be kind of interesting if I had Portal to New Phyrexia for my Tinker target. I go to 1. Oh, I just gonna die. So, all right, okay. How do I win, chat? I don't think I can. I would have to hit a Talon Gates and an instant removal spell. It's like not a thing I can do. So I can play a new One Ring. This doesn't get me anywhere, right? They're gonna go Clarion Conqueror here. Anointed Peacekeeper. All right. I've been bested. GG's. Try again. All right, here we go. Round 3. On the play this time. That'll help. Oh, a Lurrus matchup. That's good to see. Should be interactive. This is... I feel like this is acceptable. It's kind of a weird hand, though. But I feel like it's acceptable. I got the Force out of their hand, which means would I rather have Star? It's dig through time, so it's control. Star or top? Probably Star. I do need to hit a land, and I don't think I'm going to spin a top. Let's see. Black Lotus is not good for me, and Jet. That is a real big problem. Also, like, Bowmaster is really good against me. I don't have 4 rings in my deck. There's a lot of things I would change about this list. Oh, I am being bullied tonight. I did tell people that I think this is an underplayed deck. But I am dead. Okay. For the most part, there's basically no reason for combo to play dig anymore because you have stock up. We have Talons. We don't have enough Talons. We also don't have any mana. We should definitely have 4 Talons. Well, I'll show what I would do if I were to change this deck afterwards. But I felt like we should play it as is. Yeah, you used to see like 1 dig and PO sometimes, but now there's 4 stock ups. There's just no reason to play dig. Underground River. Okay. I probably should play the key. That was a mistake. Because the key can make mana if I draw the thingy. That was a mistake. I guess this sets me up for Fleshraker, though. So maybe there's a little upside. I guess this is more mana. We're still drawing to our... I mean, Tolarian Academy can help us a little bit here, but any of the Talons are what we really need. This game's probably winnable on Talons. Maybe not. Maybe they just have a Bowmaster and we die now. One other flip. Tinker. Fantastic. This game might have been pretty hard, even if there wasn't an oof, seeing as we didn't have that many lands. Oh, only one person's allowed to have fun, so you gotta make it yourself. Strip mine. I think this game was very winnable, but not a great spot. Another... This is a Rakshaka's bargain? Rakshaka, that's not how you say that. Rashahaka. I don't remember what it's called. I got Force of Vigor mained. All right, opponent, I see you. Force of Vigor main. How do I go to sideboard? Chat. How do I sideboard? Oh, here we go. Okay, well, we are once again up against the Hateful Creatures deck. I'm going to bring in Masticores, Dismembers, and a Wormcoil this time, and I'm going to take out Opals, Time Walk, Tinker, and top. All right, try again. We were on the play and we lost there, which is not ideal, but I also did not expect to get turn 1 Collector Roofed. This hand slaps. Keep. So I can go turn 1 KCI and off of Mana Crypt and use the Mana Crypt to play a Wellspring to draw. Probably not correct, though, because I'd like to be able to maybe play the Spine. I guess I'm probably not playing the Spine through an Oof, though. I just think I probably want this Mana Crypt is how I feel. So I'll probably not sack the Mana Crypt. Though getting a Wellspring down right now is pretty good. How much does this cost me? This cost me nothing, so I'll have 3 left over. I would have to draw something that costs 3. It seems highly unlikely. Yeah, I'm going to wait. I'm going to give myself a higher chance of maybe hitting an early Spine on some non-oof thing. It's not like my opponent can typically play an oof on turn 1. They only have a couple Moxen. So if they play like a Deathrite Shaman, oh no. How does Bug do it? They play 3 Moxen and they always have it. Well, I can phase that out. Doesn't help me very much though. Okay, okay. So let's phase it out and play some things this turn, and because then next turn we'll have the ability to Spine it. Okay. I'll play a Talon Gates. And I'll play a Wellspring. Ancestral. Okay. I think I'll just cast this now. Talon Gates to blue. Cast Ancestral. I got mental misstepped. Alright. Well, let me sack this Wellspring. I don't have a mental misstep in my deck, so I'm kind of faking it. I guess we're just gonna play another Ironworks. Oh. Excuse me. Whoa. That was weird. Kind of disgusting. Sorry about that. All right. Oof, there it is. Surely I'll resolve my 7 mana Spine of Isha. Well, time to find out. I cast Spine of Isha off of Workshop. Let's go! It kills the oof! All right. Draw a card. A Lotus. Can we go again? Another Spine, maybe? Let's look for a card first. The One Ring. All right, let's sack the Spine. Should we go more Spining? Or should we just get a ring going? Probably a ring. I might be able to Spine here. I should Spine again. Should have sack my Moxen to do it. Spine time. Deathrite down. All right, well, they don't have another oof. I like how that turn went. That was a big game. Spine time. Mystical Tutor. What is there a Mystical Tutor in this deck for? I feel like you could have spined into the ring better. What do you mean? Can you tell me what you mean? Ancestral Recall. That's a good one. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't know what you mean. Another oof. Oh, I need to sack my spine. Sorry about that. I should have sacked my spine to... Whoops. I threw the game. I should never be able to lose from here. Sorry about that, chat. I don't know. I just can't F6. I'm never allowed to F6. Sorry, chat. I probably threw the whole game on that one. they conceded to my misplay. That's very nice of them. They said they wanted to play game 3 instead. So yeah, so what I was supposed to do here in my second F6 outing of the night is I was supposed to just sack my spine to my Karn before the oof resolves, and then just recast the spine and killing the oof. So my opponent says they don't have any force or anything back up, so they would just lose here. And so they're just going to concede, and we're going to play game 3, which is nice of them. Good for the content. But yeah, so we were definitely won from that spot. What do we think about this one? Probably keeping it. Can't imagine we're mulliganing it. If I were to play spine before I play the ring, I get to sack spine to pay for the ring and end up with one more permanent in play and spine in hand. Oh, maybe. That's quite possible. I meant to just sack spine if they played a ring, and or if they played a thing and I just didn't, so. I guess if I get dazed, I get dazed. Because I'm just playing Forge here. Can't really afford to play Raker here, right? Not with anything to follow up on. I guess if I get Spell Pierce, I'm just dead, so I got negated. That's reasonable as well. All right, well, I mean, we're probably just dead here. We have to draw some workshops, some ancient tombs or something. I think the reason I didn't play spine before the ring, not me, was because I wanted the ability to have more mana for the card I drew off the ring, right? Is that not a reasonable thing to do? I'm pretty sure I had a reason. Like if I play spine before I play the ring, then I use up all my mana, and I maybe make it so it's harder for me to play a card off of my ring draw. But I think I'm dead here. This matchup seems atrocious. Counters, wastelands, oofs. I kind of think every matchup is atrocious for KCI, sadly. All right. They don't have anything right now, though. So if I can just get some help, some workshops, or not. Maybe I just have to mulligan my hand because it doesn't have enough mana in it. That's possible. Fast and loose games. Black to make for Lurrus. I mean, there's nothing to bring back with Lurrus here, so not a huge deal. I can still draw out of this. There's my workshop. The dude did negate, the Lotus did get negated, so I can't bring it back with this Crawler and the Star, sadly. I also can't crack my Star with workshop mana. It's not great either. Black. Fatal Push. Okay, well, that's not good. What do I need here? I need another mana of any kind, really. That's not a mana. Can't cast any... Oh, I can cast Time Vault, I guess. Should probably do that. I think they have another negation, it looks like. It's a problem. I will say, if we drew an Ancient Tomb and resolved a Masticore, it's quite good on this board. Pro multicolor, 5/5 first striker, kill their stuff. Oop, there it is. Oh, Besage you. Man, we are getting bullied today. I really dislike no basic island or no basic swamp. Swamp sometimes I play basic swamp in this deck for the dismembers, but there's obviously ancestral, so no basic island, can't play the ancestral. Soul Ring, we now can't play it because we got Besajude. We are being supremely bullied. Yeah, I think they almost certainly have negation as well. This game was not very close. I probably was supposed to mulligan my hand though, right? Because I just didn't have enough mana to play against a mana denial deck. That's on me. I've been playing a little fast and loose tonight. I saw a Lotus and I hit the keep button. All right, get me out of here. GG's. GG's. All right, here we go. 4th round. I've got a little mana light, but we'll see how it goes. No Lurrus from the opponent. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nami was saying Narcomoeba is bugged, and we have Bazaar across the table. Uh-oh. Oh, it's Vengevine. All right. Well, at least it's a non-bug deck, so that's good. Get to play a real match of Magic, though. I assume Countervine is another atrocious matchup for us. That's a reoccurring theme here. All of the matchups are atrocious. Double Vigor, Double Force, yeah. Let's not summon this into existence. I'd rather play around Mindbreak Trap later, so if they want to Mindbreak Trap my Opal, I think that's acceptable. What would you say are the good matchups? Rager Shops? Probably just Raker Shops. That's probably your only good matchup. I think that's it. I actively think that might be the only good matchup. Raker Shops isn't on Null Rod right now, right? It doesn't matter if it's a good or a bad matchup, chat. All it matters is if we had fun. And we're having a decent amount of fun. I agree, CRK. I agree. I typically play Ravagers in this deck. Okay, well, we didn't get Vengevine. That's good. I'm surprised they played Rootwalla. What do we have in terms of graveyard hate right now? Yeah. Okay, well. Force of Vigor. It's pretty good. That is not bad. We are... How did we pair into 2 decks playing Force of Vigor in 7-23-25? How is that possible? How unlucky can a guy be? Once again, they played a Rootwalla and didn't return Vengevine. They pitched a Force this time, which sounds like they have at least one more spell in their hand. All right, all right. Winnable, winnable. Hopefully they don't have a Force in their hand. Of Will. Second Force of Will. Would put them to 0 cards, though. Yo, what up? Thank you for doing well with KCI, so I had an excuse to play it. How well did you do in your trios event? I did get Force of Will. We are getting bullied. Please, game, let me do something fun. All right, they didn't even activate an upkeep. Greedy. They hit 2 Master of Death. Oh no. All right, can I wipe the graveyard? I need a land, right? Any mana lets me wipe the graveyard. Come on, game, please. All right, we can at least wipe the graveyard here. So if you activate an upkeep, you draw 2 and discard 2, and then you draw a card for turn, so you actively have another card in your hand. In this case, they would have drawn 2 Master of Death, pitched them both, and kept the Force of Will in their hand. You made top 16 in Vintage? I don't remember seeing you in the data. Maybe it got categorized as Raker Shops. That's probably got auto-categorized as Raker Shops. That's fine, I guess. I don't remember seeing it, though. All right, well, I'm going to get that, not the cage, even though there is because I need to get rid of both of these Master of Deaths. This Adventure Sphere is going to gain us a life every turn. We might win this game, actually. I think we are going to win this game. I'm going to just hit all their yard here. They should, yeah. Hello. Once again, they went to their main phase. They should probably be activating an upkeep. This way, if you activate an upkeep, you get to ditch 2 cards and keep 1 card. So then next turn, when you draw a card, you get to keep 1 card. They didn't even go for the Karn. I think we're definitely winning this game. Oh, I don't have Metalcraft for Inventor's Fair. I think I'm just going to get a Disruptor Flute, though, right? Oh, I can go to 3 and play a Fleshraker and go to 1 and play a Disruptor Flute. It makes me 2 blockers, and then they're locked out. I should do that, right? For sure. And then I can stand up the Wellspring every turn. I think that's a GG. I did not think we were going to win this game. Though I do think my opponent could have optimized slightly better. You brought me presents? Oh, wow, you are spoiling me. I am spoiled. Thank you. Damn. Wow. Chat. I am spoiled. Got lambics and tiramisu. It's exciting. Which one? Which one you want to try first? You want to get 2 glasses? Oh, you don't want to try? Okay. You try a little bit. All right. So I will stand up my Wellspring, and I will play my Mox Ruby, and eventually I'll be able to use these tombs again. I have 1, 2, 3. All right. I think we're just chilling. Spoon. I've been losing pretty quickly tonight, so I actually might almost be done. Thank you. I will plus on my Wellspring. I will play a Talon Gates. I will phase out a Root Walla, and I'm allowed to Mightstone. Just play Mightstone. I think I'm just gonna kill a Root Walla off. I don't feel like I need more cards. I guess I'll get in there. I guess I'll get in there with this Wellspring. It's harder to kill. The Fleshraker is harder to kill. I can Lattice soon as well, right?
You already don't want a sandwich?
What?
You ate already?
I ate already, yeah. Thank you. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Play. Phase. Activate. Yes. Lattice. Maybe Lattice is like somehow riskier than just going Orb Coil. It's possible. I don't know why we're still playing, to be honest, but I'm down. My opponent can officially no longer cast any spells because everything is colorless, so all the pitch spells don't work, and they can't activate Bazaar or Wasteland or anything. They are what we know. They are known as dead. All right, I'm gonna stand up my Mightstone Weakstone. Get in there. I am going to show you no other magic cards, opponent. Trust me. I mean, I might, because I want the game to be over. I might show them a couple more magic cards. Oh, I opened this thing. Ah. I'm excited, chat. Ooh. You know I Terra missed you.
I miss you too.
Mm.
I miss you terribly.
That's pretty good. Is that Riz, chat?
Be mean to you.
Chat would never be mean to me. Chat is my friends.
Albert's most rude.
They would not be mean to me.
What is the answer Justin least wants to hear back with chat?
Yeah. You're probably right. You're probably right. All right. Opals. I think this Time Walk is just not very good in the deck. I'm not convinced this Time Walk should be in here. Karn can go. Probably keep these ones. Spine is like a little sus here, but it's probably fine. Like this. This looks fine. I mean, I like the idea of playing all 3 power. I'm just like not sure Time Walk is powerful enough in our deck to warrant it. I think the Tinker's probably necessary because it gives you another way of playing an Ironworks when you don't have access to the Ravagers. There's my Ancestral, and it's very castable. And I have a Disruptor Flute. Probably keep. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Is it Whole Foods? Yeah. Bad.
Grocery store tiramisu.
Grocery store tiramisu, yeah. I think their like hot food and prepared stuff is pretty good. I don't like their brand stuff though.
Oh, so that's like all I got.
Yeah. That's weird. One thing I know for sure I don't like is their everything bagels. I strongly dislike those. Yeah.
I just got some fucking whole wheat ass bread.
Bird bread. All right, so my opponent pitched a Vigor. They have 5 cards in hand. I don't know what my percentage chance of like resolving a Disruptor Flute is. I guess I can theoretically go deep and play like Mana Volt, Star, and then on their turn I can cast Ancestral and Disruptor Flute. It does mean they get to activate Bazaar, but it means I get to play around Negation. I don't know if that's worth it. Is that worth it? I mean, I could just deploy a Scrap Trawler off of my Mana Vault as my second spell and play a Star. I mean, don't I want to play Disruptor Flute this turn? But like, isn't it really bad for me if I get negated? I'm not sure. I guess if I get Mental Misstep here, that is very disruptive for my plans. All right, I'm gonna try playing. I mean, what if I get Vigored? Isn't that even worse for me? All right, whatever.
I think you should go peach, raspberry, cherry.
Apple, peach, raspberry, cherry. I don't think that helps me combo.
Your combo.
It's the.
Peach.
All right, we'll do that. If this resolves, it means they probably have a Vigor number 2, right? I mean, I might still just jam this Ancestral now. I feel like waiting is so bad, but I definitely do not know what the ideal sequencing is for that turn. Because there's just so many different things to play around. Like, should I play around Mindbreak Trap? Should I play around Vigor number 2? Should I play around Negation? Well, clearly the answer was I should have played around Mindbreak Trap. I did play my Flute around Mindbreak Trap, but now it just gets Vigored, right? I don't know. I mean, it's so hard. I have no idea. It just doesn't feel right to wait till their turn to play Flute, right? And if I'm not waiting to play Flute, am I just wasting my mana and like letting it go to waste? All right, well, they didn't have a Vigor after pitching a Vigor, so we are at least only taking 3 a turn, and I have a Flute on Bazaar, so I don't know. Seems okay. Could be worse. Like, I could play around Trap, but am I supposed to play around Trap? Is playing around Trap there like a highest percentage chance of me winning? Maybe. It might be. Just let the mana go, use the Star on another turn. It's so hard for me to make the play where I'm like losing mana efficiency just to play around Trap. It's very hard for me to make that play. It's probably correct, though. There was a match in the Oklahoma land run where I did play around Trap. So I started by not playing around Trap in the first turn, which I think was correct. And then I did play around Trap later, which was also correct. And that felt really good. That's like one of my problems. Somehow I feel like I'm going to get a spell countered here. And then this Ancient Tomb is going to deal me too much damage and I'm going to die. I drew, what, 4 Ancient Tombs here? That's probably not good for my hopes and dreams. Paper play. It seems like they definitely have a Force of Will if they're thinking about this. I mean, they have to counter it, right? It blocks their whole team. I guess theoretically they could have a Vigor. They could let it resolve. Oh, no, they can't let it resolve because if they let it resolve and they Vigor this and this, then this comes back. Yeah, but that's a Magic Online only play. Magic Online just doesn't pop up and show me what they what was gone or in their hand, I should say. All right, well, my 3-2 resolved, which is the king of this board. I feel not great about this spot with 4 tombs. Oh no, opponent! You can't do that. All right, well, I will bring back the Disruptor Flute and the Star. Not the strongest play, but they do get 2 activations, so maybe it doesn't matter. I probably would have considered just Vigoring only the Disruptor Flute, and then, oh, we're so dead. Never mind. We have double squee.
You don't possess mustard.
No, mustard is gross. It's the best condiment? Oh no. That is not what I would Oh, those are nice. Where's the green?
At home. Spinach. I don't want to buy another.
I have to go food shopping. I should have went today, but I didn't. Opponent is in the tank with 2 squeeze. I think we're dead, chap. We're at 10. We have a jillion tombs. They have 3 power. It's like a whole delver. If you stack 3 lizards on top of each other, it's a delver. True story. I guess it could be a wild Mikado. 3 lizards equals 1 cat. Seems like reasonable math.
Like in real life?
In real life?
Like,
Magic the Gathering is real life, yeah.
The amount of happiness you get from having 3 lizards is equal to the amount of happiness.
No, just power toughness. Oh, now they have 4 lizards. So now it's a golem.
If the lizards are really, really
If you have 3 lizards, it's a wild Mikado. You have 4 lizards, it's a golem. A hollow one would say. 2 lizards is a grizzly bear. True. Please waste on my tomb instead of anything else. I think I'm well, they did not listen to me. I think I'm dead. I'm gonna go with I'm dead. And they kept the Master of Death in hand, and they chose to pitch a Chalice of the Void, so I can't imagine. Also, we have lethal power. Alright, okay, alright, we'll try again. No harm, no foul. Maybe I'll lead with turn 1 Vexing Bauble, and they won't have a counter spell, and they'll cry. So I fought round 1, Clarion Conqueror. Round 2, Clarion Conqueror. Round 3, Collector Roof. Round 4, Countervine. That's so illegal. I have my Vexing Bauble, but I didn't ask for mana, so shame on me. An uncastable Tinker. It's a keep, though. Tinker is the worst card still. It's not uncastable. I do have a star, but like these cards are all combo cards, so. Run it back has been called. Yeah, so I can be in pain for longer. Doesn't sound right. Flute. There it is. My opponent kept 7 3 times, I think.
You want to try it?
I'm finishing the tiramisu first, but I do want to try it. All right, Bazaar is turned off. Don't wasteland me. Oh my lord. Watch them wasteland my tomb and then vigor my flute. Uncastable ancestral. Bro, how do you keep 7 card Bazaar, Vigor, Wasteland? How is that a thing? I wish Countervine would be back to being played 0% of the meta time. Meta time? If I could face Bazaar 0 times, I would be happy. They have a Vigor. They're just waiting to get more value off their Vigor. Like... Cool. Well, I had no chance of winning, so that's fun. It's not going very well. We had round 1, game 1. We did the cool loopy things, and we're going to bait all the YouTube viewers in with the cool loopy things, and then we're just going to sit here and die for the next 4 rounds.
It's okay if you lose, we can watch anime.
Yeah, that's true. If I lose, chat gets turned off, and we watch anime. Very true. Ah, 7 card 2 Bazaar. Not bad. Yo, I didn't have any beer when I started the league. Only the beer that's Nick's beer. I gotta wait for Nick's to have. Blueberry. I'm dead, by the way. Surely in round 5 we can beat Oath. I believe. That's a hand. Okay. Okay. Keep. Should I hide my Saga? I think so. I'll put an extra Vigor target out there. I guess we could just get like turn 1 Oath or turn 1 Show and Tell, but... Ponder. Okay. What are we... What is restarting? Wow, okay. I can play 2 spells here, so I guess what I should probably do... I think I should play KCI and try to play a ring as well. No, I just got my KCI countered. I guess that's fine. Am I supposed to play this scrap crawler out? It turns on a Oath. It probably doesn't matter. I can play a ring on the following turn. I think it doesn't matter. By the time that they can Oath, they will have Saga has gone off. No, I don't think it changes anything, not me, because I have a ring and there's a Saga. Top deck blue spell? Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, that's kind of the problem, right? Like, I shouldn't be holding my spells back because I might get top deck blue spell. I think those cards need to go. Certainly not good against my opponent did not hit a Boseiju off this, so we still have a chance. We also have Volt Key coming. Talon Gates. Draw some cards. See, not me. What were you worried about? Did my opponent take the mental misstep? They chose Atraxa, Misty, Stock Up, and Brainstorm. I guess it's better that I just use Talon Gates instead of taking 2 damage. I guess the downside here is I could draw my key and then I can get countered. So maybe I'm not supposed to do this. I just got my Ancestral Forest. Sure. Okay, well, my opponent needs to answer the Volt Key, I think. I technically have a ring in play, but... I might be not supposed to make a Construct token because... It's just 2 extra life. I guess I'm almost dead to... I guess I am dead to Time Walk here. Could I have played around that somehow? Don't think so. Well, I guess if I just had not used my Talon Gates and I had phased the Talon Gates, then I wouldn't be dead to Time Walk. So that was probably a mistake. Casting Ancestral is a lot worse than uncounterable phase out the Atraxa. Are they gonna like Tinker? Stock Up, yeah. Okay, that was a misplay. I should have just held open my Talon Gates and phased out Atraxa. That would have been much better. Oh well. Playing really badly tonight. Fast and loose. Black Lotus. Stock up. I mean, they've gone, what, 20 cards deep here? They just missed on timeline. They took it pretty fast, so I assume they just have it. Oh, they don't have it. All right, well. Then maybe they hit Beseiju. They could always have hit Beseiju here. I don't think there's any point in making a construct, right? I guess I should have made a contract last turn. I need to not die to my ring. So if they have Beseiju, we just straight up die. Maybe don't straight up die. Like, we return this, right, with our scrap trawler. Oh, so they have Beseiju, but we need to rebuy their... All right, so we need a KCI this turn. I'm bringing back Black Lotus. Wait, what? Why is it letting me... Oh, it's not. It's not. Okay, it's my... It just looked like it was still resolving Beseiju is what was happening. None of this does anything. I still need to get back my key, though. So I think what I do is I start with a Vexing Bauble, see if it resolves. If it does, I can just sack Lotus and bring back... I can just sack this Bauble and immediately get back Lotus, so it's plus mana. Sapphire... I mean, they're not F6'd. Once again, I can go Star and sack Star to bring back Lotus. All right, well... I guess we're playing Mightstone, but are we drawing? Or... I guess if we hadn't done all this floating mana, we could theoretically attack and see if they block and Mightstone it. That seems like not a very good play, though. I can kill my own Trawler and I get back Time Vault, but then I'm dead. Again, you just need to draw. I mean, if they have another force, like, whatever. I guess I could have played Trinisphere before I played this, but... I don't know. Draw 2. Need to hit KCI. I hit a Mystic Forge. Alright, so I can start with... a Mystic Forge. Let's use my Mightstone, Weakstone. I still have the ability to rebuy Melodus. Alright, that's another Trawler. That's quite good. This is not that good right now. But I still think I should probably play it. Trawler. Ruby. Exile. Tolarian. Draw. I've held my land drop until this Tolarian. I can only bring back Lotus. It's my only 0 in the yard. Talon Gates. Wait, does that mean I'm dead? I ran out of draws. That's sad. I just hit too many lands off the top. That's so unfortunate. Wow. Huh. I feel like we could have gotten out of this, but really didn't work out. All we need is a KCI. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to have more sack outlets. If I had Ravagers here, I could Ravager my ring and rebuy Time Vault. So I could Ravager my key and then Ravager my ring. Ugh. We're dead. I probably could have done something differently there, though. Super sad. There's KCI. Just need a KCI. I definitely don't like my play. It didn't punish me, like the not holding the talons, but I have 2 cages. That's at least something here. I don't think Opal comes out in this matchup. They're not going to attack my... I mean, they will have null rods, but they won't have like a ton of ways to attack my mana. I think you do want Time Walk in this matchup, though. So what the hell comes out? Maybe I will just take out an Opal on a top then. I guess the Might Stone is pretty bad here. I mean, it still draws, but... It's not like it has dual purpose. All right, Apple.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Let's do it.
This one's actually my favorite, but I feel like you might like cherry more or
I'm gonna like cherry the most. Let's be real here.
You
Or
might like
I probably like raspberry the most.
So you could switch those, but I feel like this is a good order because it's like goes from like the lightest to the strongest.
Oh, what is that? That is a ley line of the void. That's a problem. Is what that is. Can't really kill that thing. Didn't bring in Masticore. So I think what I'll do is I'll bait Counter Magic with Mystic Forge. Because I think the Raker is the most important card here. Do I want a Tolarian Academy? That's certainly an interesting question. Probably. Though I can't play Tolarian Academy next turn if I want to play Raker. Maybe I just don't need a Tolarian Academy. I don't think I need a Tolarian Academy. I think I'm going to exile the Tolarian Academy. That feels very weird, but I think with this setup, it makes sense. Mox, they have an Oath. Oath could be a challenge. Time Walk. Cheers. Cheers, chat. Great. Now I can't play my Flesh Raker. You do want to play this off the top. So hateful. I think I just want to keep going until I find more Ancient Tomb stuff, right? Things are bad. Things are very bad. Another Null Rod. All right, I lied. They have tons of hate. My bad. All right. Wellspring's a decent one. Drawing an Ancient Tomb is so good. That's incredible. Glad we drew through. Because now we have a Flesh Raker. I think I hold this jet for the second Flesh Raker. Because I'd only get up to 1 mana. Well, I guess I could technically... Yeah, let's wait. Maybe just win through it. Nothing from the opponent. All hate. We have the Flesh Raker. Maybe you don't need some stuff, some things. So I will go another Flesh Raker. Nice hate pieces. And then I'll play a Scrap Trawler. Let's do stack abilities automatically. Jet. And we win. I also have lethal. 2 Rakers is a lot of Rakers, and Mystic Forge is pretty broken. So am I bringing in Masticores? I mean, it's so bad, isn't it? I guess I am. I guess if I get a Masticore down before an Oath, it's not that bad. There's no way I would play this deck with blue, right? I feel like blue cards are not it. I feel like I would go back to the way I had it before. I would still play 4 Talon Gates, but I'd play like 4 Flesh Raker, 4 Ring. Ooh, what about this hand, chat? What about this hand? Looks not good enough to me. No action. 8 million mana. I think it's just a Maul. Ah, yeah, here we go. That's a lot better. Talon Gates is my way to play Flesh Raker. That's not KCI, but I think I need all these cards here. No Leyline this time. Do any of the Talons. Yeah, this deck wants 4 Talons for sure. All right, I'm going to play KCI and see if it resolves. Ugh, negation. Good job. Still a mana away from Flesh Raking. Orchard Oath is game winning here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I could phase out the Spirit token, right? It's not too bad. Maybe Talon Gates is just nuts. It's kind of wild. I do need to phase out, though. Tokens do not poof, but it's going to buy us the turn we need. But like they have 2 orchard, they have an orchard anyway, so poofing wouldn't matter much. I got us a turn. Karn. All right. So I can start by playing. Oh, is it better to play? I don't have anything to get with this Karn, right? I could. No, not really. So I'm looking more for a Raker kill then. In which case, we probably want as much mana as we can get. So I would probably go Chromatic Star, Academy, Raker. Draw, and then spin. Makes us look the farthest. I found another Raker, and a Ring works if it resolves. A Ring works if it resolves. I mean, I feel like they have a counter, but what am I going to do about that? Nothing. Ring? Ring gives me protection from Oath. Let's go. Drawing that top back. All right. I would rather hold up in the blue. Do I want to spin? We know there's a raker. I mean, there could be another top though, right? So there is not another top. Just a bunch of mana and a raker. All right. Should probably just draw with my top then for next turn. All right. We go to next turn. That one ring giving us one turn against Oath. And the Talon. The Talon gave us one turn as well. Trying to figure out I want to hold my Academy activation. I kind of think I would rather have options inside of my mana. So I can play my Underground River, play my Fleshraker, play my top, and then use my Academy. But if I play like if I have like a KCI or something, I would rather have a workshop. I'm not actually sure. I don't know the correct one there. I definitely don't know the correct one. Oh, that's not my tournament result. That's somebody else's tournament result. My tournament was pretty medium. Oklahoma is very flat. Correct analysis. Are they gonna force the Sensei's top? Or I mean, if they don't, we might just kill them with two rakers, right? Wellspring. Wow, Beseju on my top. Huh. Could be bad. All right, that's enough, right? That's like way more than enough. Yeah. All right. Not bad at all. This Karn being double spell has been pretty sick. All right. There we go. 2-2 or 2-3. Not a bad 2-3. I felt like that was a very hostile league. Of all of the decks we played against, I think Oath was probably the most favorable. And then Bug is probably the least favorable, and then Countervine, and then Mono White. I don't know. Or sorry, I think Bug is probably the least favorable. The second worst would be the Countervine, and third would be the Mono White. But yeah. I don't really know if I like the things that my this deck is doing. I believe if I were to make KCI pre-Tezzeret, I'd probably do something like cut these, swap this, full ring, full raker, and then probably not Mightstone, Weakstone. And then I would like to maybe have some Ravagers. I don't hate Spine. I guess you don't really need like Opal very much when you don't have blue. Maybe you, I don't know. I think I would like tend towards, I mean, we could just go Trinisphere gone full of these. You could do that. I don't think it's the Nambo part matters though. I don't know. Something like this is how I would probably build KCI right now, pre-Tezzeret. Post-Tezzeret, probably differently. I don't know if Tezzeret's good in this deck, but I would try it for sure. It's definitely a shell that would look to play Tezzeret, but there's no Grim Monolith in this deck. So you can't cast Tezzeret off of Workshop, but you can cast it off of Ironworks. Getting 0s and 1s is not really good for KCI, though. KCI is really looking for these top-end cards, so that's a little bit challenging, but simply being a Raker Sensei's top deck is really powerful. I would probably like up the Masticore count in the board as well. Play like a bunch of Masticores and Worm Coils. That way you have like pivoting plans where you could theoretically go down on the combo aspects and try to play more of just a shops game plan. That's how I would approach it. I'm not saying that what my the list I originally took it from was wrong. It's just a different way to approach the deck. You are certainly going to have some more powerful opportunities when you play cards like Ancestral Time Walk and Tinker, but you're also going to have more clunky draws, more draws that don't have blue. I felt like we had blue a lot of the time in our matches though, so it wasn't terrible by any means. I do think that the cards that impressed the most, right, were Talon and Fleshraker. So I would probably up the counts of those. That's just kind of how we're trending on combo aggro shop stuff these days anyways. Just play the good cards. It might be that you need more access to colorless for this Fleshraker. That would be something I'd be a little bit worried about. You do have access to the Ironworks to play the Fleshraker, so maybe it's fine. It does make a lot of your non-deterministic combos lethal, which is really nice. So that's something to think about as well. Thank you for watching. We have a couple more videos before Tezzeret hits Magic the Gathering Online. Subscribe so you do not miss a single F6. I'll see you then.